Hey guys, this is Eric Conover from Nerdy Geek Talks for all your nerdy geeky needs. Here with episode 50. That's right, we made it to 50 of Steel
Yay!
City Bots. Yup.
Woo!
Look at us go.
So we've
We've
achieved something.
We have. This is our first legitimate landmark, so that's cool. But yeah, and in honor of that, we actually will be announcing our contest winner. Well, giveaway. There's a big difference, technically, in terms of legality, I believe. But our giveaway winner for the... I always forget the name.
It was Alchemist and Alpha Trion.
No, Alchemist
was
was
it?
Submarauder.
Oh, I thought also Alpha Trion was in there. But is it just Alchemist?
Yeah, just Alchemist with Submarauder. And I was going to do a separate Instagram giveaway with a shuffler, and I somehow lost the shuffler. So I'll be back in Pittsburgh, and I'm going to try to find it. But I was like, how does that happen? I swear to God, I think it's in Tanner's car. But separate. That's a separate thing. We'll deal with that later. But yeah,
if I hang out with Tanner and I see it, I'll let you know.
Listen till the end to find out if you won, because that's when we're going to announce it. Yes, I can do that because it's a giveaway for the show. So yes, I can make you listen or at least tune in and fast forward to the end of the show to find out.
I was going to say, they could always just fast forward. Yeah.
But I will give you a little hint. The winner...
Don't give them the idea.
Let's be real. If they were going to do it, they already were going to do it. But if you are listening, thank you very much. Here's a hint, though. The winner is afraid of Overlord. So I'm pretty sure the person who won is actually going to know that it's them, and they're going to be all excited and check. But we'll see.
Now I think I might know who it is.
I don't think it's who you think it is, but I'm pretty sure the person...
Who I think it is.
I feel like
don't spoil it.
I feel like
the end.
I feel like you think it's Becca.
Okay, you're right. I thought it was Becca.
It's not Becca.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well,
that's all I'm going to say. You have to wait till the end now.
Good job, Eric. Or this early. Nice. You too, Zeus. Good job.
Did you say
I just
what?
crushed someone's hopes.
I thought he would just text it to the group chat.
Can we cut this bit out just so that way we don't ruin the...
No.
Okay.
Stop.
This is fun banter.
Okay, fair.
You're getting
First of
edited
many
out now.
banters in this episode.
Oh, there will be banters aplenty.
Note to editor: edit out everything Chris says from now on.
Oh boy, so I can say words like that, like... I'm not gonna even risk it.
I was gonna say, what was that bet that we had? Anyways,
Totally.
joining me today we have Soundjack. How are you?
I'm all right. All right. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, actually. It's been a nice long holiday weekend. I haven't done quite as much work as I should have over Labor Day weekend, ironically, but you know, I've been managing. It's good. I made some chocolate chip pancakes earlier, and they were very good. Now I feel very full.
Lucky you didn't have to work. I had to work.
Yeah.
Hey, at least you have work.
Working.
Yeah,
Just closing
speaking
on
of
carts days in a
not
row.
working, sorry, that was a terrible transition. I feel terrible.
Yeah, and you're a horrible person.
Zeus, how are you doing?
I'm jobless, and I'm upset because I have 6 Micronus cards.
But at least you changed your Twitter name. You're welcome.
Yes, I have changed my Twitter
Don't
name
say it.
to underscore F Muppet Zeus, but the F
Fudge Muppet.
Yes,
connected
Fudge Muppet.
to
I
a
think you
longer
should change it to Fudge
There-
Muppet now.
Well, that's a YouTube channel. I was shouting
I'm
out.
actually, I think I'm going to change it to Muck Fuppet.
There we
Actually,
go.
I think that's a solid one. Jared,
Yeah.
how are you doing this fine evening?
I'm doing good. I almost wasn't here, or at least it started off, but I'm here. So, sorry to
Woohoo!
disappoint.
Chris, how is you?
This baby is kicking my ass. Otherwise, I'm great.
I don't like you.
It is! I know that's what's causing these belly issues, is it's the baby. Totally not my crappy diet of circus peanut.
All right, and then we also do have Miguel, but he won't be able to tune in until later because he's currently driving. I was gonna say I was like at first I was like, should I say what he's doing? And then I was like, it's driving. I'm not giving away a personal secret. So Like,
Whoa, man, you just
Don't
doxed
podcast and
Miguel.
drive, kids.
You
Wait,
just
he's
doxed
not
Miguel.
podcasting and driving, so we're not throwing him under the bus.
Rebel.
That's why I said do not podcast and drive, kids.
So my name on Twitter is now _muckfuppet. So
Zeus. I was gonna say you better have the Zeus.
Oh, yeah,
speaking
_muckfuppet
of the
Zeus.
inspiration for your Twitter name, Zeus. Soundjack, what is our history lesson for this week?
Our history lesson for this week today is. Oh, okay. You're doing it September.
There wasn't a good one for today, so it's the day that this is going up.
Yeah, I only just I looked at the stuff, and then I only realized, wait, today's not actually the 4th. Anyway, we are recording September 3rd, but the history lesson for the day is from September 4th, which is the day the podcast will probably actually go out on. But anyway, on September 4th, 1968, John DiMaggio, the voice of Sideways, Leadfoot, Crosshairs, Nitro, Zeus, and many more, invites the world to bite his shiny metal donkey as he is born.
What I just said.
Did you not you got edited out, so it's okay. It's
Yeah, I saw this happening, and I knew what you were doing, so I have
voice of Bender B. Rodriguez.
His shiny metal butt as he is born.
Yeah, so this is Sideways, who I didn't even realize actually speaks. Leadfoot, Crosshairs, and Nitro Zeus. Crosshairs and Nitro Zeus are actually some of my favorite movie characters, and I did not know that he did Nitro Zeus. And
I knew that.
I knew that.
Sounds
could tell by
just
the
like
voice.
Bender.
Well, here's the thing. Because it wasn't supposed to be him. Originally, it was supposed to be Stephen Barr, which was in the pre-release version of the film, which got out to some places.
That is really interesting.
Because there are people that have seen 2 different versions of dialogue.
That's super interesting, and now I want to see the 2 versions, actually.
Because one of the more notable ones is because Nitro Zeus's big line is "I know where you live, Enrique. Say hello to your wife for me." The original version was, by the way, Enrique, Chad's sleeping with your wife.
Oh.
Which is a very different line.
Yes, indeed.
And maybe something that's not suitable for the show.
But no, that's fine. But anyways, I mean, we're big movie. We have to accept the not so shiny parts of the movies, since that is our generation.
But hey, we can talk about the shiny parts of other cartoons because he hasn't only been in the movies.
What else is he in?
He was Vogel in Prime.
Hey,
You remember
Who is
the
that?
dude, the underground New York subway dude, who was convinced mole people existed.
Oh, yes,
that guy,
yes.
Yeah, that was DiMaggio, as well as he was Ground Pounder in RID 15.
hey, speaking
Arnold,
of,
who
hold
was I think the announcer for the fights that Ground Pounder took place in. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
speaking of John DiMaggio, tonight is the finale of Adventure Time.
Tonight
that
was
too?
the finale of Adventure Time.
Well, you're forgetting I'm on the West Coast, so for me it doesn't premiere for another 15 minutes.
Well, too bad. Twitter's already spoiled the ending.
I've not looked at
For
Twitter.
everyone listening, everyone dies Zeus. I'm just kidding. I don't know. But
Hot diggity daffodil.
for everyone
how-
listening, it already happened. So
Yeah.
Well, that's
I
what's
don't
going to happen at the end of the IDW comics, right? Unicron issue 6, everyone's just dead.
Yep.
I feel like that's not going to happen, but I really want that to be what happens. Is that wrong? Is that wrong of me?
Yes.
Optimus Prime.
I don't know. But
Optimus dead. Megatron double dead.
all I know is McFeely is making me feel emotions already for Unicron 4 because he didn't say anything specific, but it's like, just get ready, guys. Just be ready.
Is it out?
Oh no, they're not gonna
Unicron?
kill
No.
the dog, are they?
No, Wednesday.
No, they would never kill Buster.
If
I'm pretty
Buster
sure
dies, I stop reading the comics.
If Buster
Okay,
dies,
there's
I
like
will
4
boycott
issues after
IDW.
that.
Putting that out there.
Agreed.
Buster needs to be
Agreed.
the only one that survives this apocalypse.
If Buster dies, I will never look at my signed copy of Last Stand of the Wreckers again.
I would burn it.
Also, I am flexing that I have a signed copy of Last Stand of the Wreckers.
You're
What's up,
so
nerds?
cool. But
Gary.
anyways.
Don't burn it. Give it to
I
me.
also saw James Roberts in the hotel lobby at TFCon.
That's actually pretty cool. If only you
he
were going
was-
to the next TFCon.
I wish I could,
I know,
but
I
seeing
know.
as I have no job, I can't. So stop reminding me,
I still.
you jerk.
What were you going to say, Soundjack?
Do I want to go off on a quick tangent and tell my story of interacting with James Roberts from TFCon last year?
Later.
Uh,
You'll have another chance,
Yeah.
I promise.
you can flex on us later, man.
Hey, Soundjack, you should go to TFCon. I know you're pondering it. I'm just saying you should go. But anyways,
Also,
moving on
if you
to
go,
what did
buy
everyone-
me a ticket.
moving on
To
to
Chicago.
that, what good would a ticket to TFCon Chicago do you if you couldn't get there? But anyways,
I meant buy me a plane ticket to Chicago.
oh, okay, that's different. But
I mean, if you
What?
plane ticket to Chicago, I mean, I won't
Like
complain.
I said, one of the many tangents.
what did everyone get this week? Jared, you're first. What did you get this week?
Okay, starting off, I got Studio Series Lockdown, so
Mister,
I got the.
I have Peru Kill, so I'm not gonna get Studio Series locked down.
All right, fine.
Because I remember when you said that, and I was like,
Yeah, I
well, they're
remember
not the
too.
same thing, and you still
Yeah.
could. Just saying.
Um,
Do you like him at least?
yeah, I like him a lot.
Is he better than Peru Kill?
No,
He's not supposed to be.
no.
He is though.
Different price points, different budgets, but
For the money, maybe. I feel like he's a decent enough success that, like, he may be as much of a bang for your buck as Peru Kill is. If you know what I mean. Like, in comparison to, like, worth to how much money you spend on it. But anyways, continue.
yeah, nice figure. I a lot like the accessories, and yeah, pretty cool. Next up, I'm saving the one thing for last because, yeah. Next up, I got Ultimate Cyberverse, Ultimate Class, Optimus Prime. I got him at Best Buy of all places. I was originally going to GameStop because I'm trying to get all the figures for the Marvel Legends figure weight for Venom, and I knew that Best Buy usually has Marvel Legends, so I went down there, checked to see their Marvel Legends. They didn't have it. I turn around, and the aisle, like I was in between the two aisles, and the aisle that I faced toward, I look down a little bit, and I see this guy along with the Ultimate Megatron, but I only had money for one, and
What
Yeah,
made
it's
you
pretty
pick
cool.
Optimus over Megatron?
just looks. I like the look of Prime a little bit more than Megatron, but at some point I will go back to pick up the beef tank.
Oh, but just
Boy.
really quick side tangent for those listening, because you mentioned Venom. If you weren't aware, Eminem, whether you like him or not, did drop a surprise album, which is just like, holy crap, that's a move. And the last track on it is Venom for the Venom movie, which I gotta say I'm getting excited for. So I just want to put that out there that if you like Eminem or you like the Venom movie, I'd recommend going and checking out that track because it's sure to be in the movie and it's grown on me. I play it over and over while I was playing video games, and now I really like the song. But anyways, just little thing for you.
What if you're just a fan of M&M's as a candy?
Then
I don't
eat the
I don't
album.
know. Yes. You know what? There you go. You need to go out, buy a physical copy of the album and eat it.
Yep.
Will
And
do.
record it so that people see it happen.
Yes, indeed.
Anyways, last but definitely not least, it's another Studio Series figure, and it's Studio Series Bumblebee for the Bumblebee movie.
So Volkswagen B.
Yep, Volkswagen B.
That's so exciting.
Yes.
He looked very good.
Is he your favorite
Yeah.
Studio Series figure?
As of right now, he's just above Jazz.
So he is your favorite.
Yeah,
Cool.
he just beats Jazz. He's a great figure. It is the same. Well, it shares a lot of engineering and stuff from the old Camaro Bumblebee mold, but pretty much like same type of skeleton a little bit, but like there's so much, but like you can't really tell.
How does the head swap / face swap gimmick go? Is it like it's not an entirely different head, right? Like, is it a face plate?
No,
that you put on
It's
top?
just I've seen
you
a
remove
video
the-
on it.
You remove the face that's already on and just peg on the existing face.
So you can just take off faces and exchange them.
yeah,
can Optimus
and,
Prime it.
Yeah, and you can store it on the door wings in robot mode. So whenever he's standing in robot mode,
And then,
just get this
if I
pair of
remember
blank eyes
correctly,
staring at you.
if I remember correctly, in vehicle mode, it pegs in to the front
Yes,
of the car,
right.
but on the inside,
Oh, I was gonna
Yeah.
say on the outside. That's a little creepy wearing the face on the hood. Like,
little
Jeez.
grotesque.
No, it's not a monster bot. It's Bumblebee.
No, not grotesque. Grotesque. with an
I was
E.
going to make the same pun, Eric. You beat me to it.
We all
I'm
went to that same
disappointed
place.
in all of you for making that pun because it is terrible.
It is. That's why I made
Like
it.
paper. It's terrible like paper.
Okay, we're done.
And
I
and one thing.
Sayonara.
all for that.
Good
Okay,
night,
see ya,
folks.
Chris, you lost the bet.
No, if that had been me, Eric would have kicked me. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. I found him on eBay for literally for $20 free shipping, and I'm like,
So literally
yeah.
MSRP. Did you have to pay tax on it?
no, just $20 flat
so
out.
you got it cheaper than you would get it in a store.
Yes.
Is it still up for sale from that seller?
No, that was the last one. That was the last one.
Okay.
Yay!
Anyways,
I
Fun
expected
I
as
ordered
much.
a Nova Prime for like 56, and then with the coupon code and the money that I still had left over that Chris sent me, I only ended up paying like 45 out of pocket.
And the day before the day before I got him, I watched PR a little bit, some of his reviews, and he posted a review for this, and I commented down below saying that I can't wait, mine comes tomorrow, and I only paid $20 for him on eBay of all places, and he responded saying like I probably got it from the same buyer, said the buyer's name, and we literally got it from the same buyer.
ooh, I'm seeing Dropkick on eBay. He's $40, but he is on
Yeah.
eBay.
I saw that too.
That makes more sense. I'm surprised. I'm so confused how and why someone got those Volkswagen Bumblebees and only sold them for 20.
Yeah,
I
like
have no idea.
everywhere-
They're a kind soul. Maybe they're a good person. Shout out.
Yeah,
to
maybe they're
shout out
outside
to
of the
that
fan.
seller. Like actually,
yeah.
like
If I
that's
can- I
that's a
can't-
good thing to do.
Yeah,
Maybe
here,
they're
actually,
outside of the fandom and don't realize that they could scalp it.
That's possible.
They're just
Or
not
I
selling
like to think that they're a good person.
Sells you.
Maybe they're not just money scalping D-bags.
Yeah, well, that's the hope. But I feel like it's more likely that they just didn't know what they have. The only one I can find now is a custom painted one, which looks really good, granted, but it's $39 bidding.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it does
here,
look
I
really
can.
good.
Maybe we should move along and not make this take an hour.
That's true.
I am trying to get the
Since
name
there
of this.
isn't a whole lot in the what did everyone get this week.
Yeah.
Galactic,
Chris, mention yours. Oh, wait, what were you going to say?
the name of the buyer or the seller, Galactic Toy SLLC? Question mark.
Shout out to him. Anyways.
Yeah, shout out to you.
Chris,
You're a good person.
what did you get this week?
I just got a couple Gundam sets, one of which I got the Justice Gundam and the Providence Gundam. I just want to real quick mention the Justice one because that was actually the first model kit I ever built, was the high grade one several years ago. So finding a master grade one was just kind of cool. So I was like, yeah, I'll build this. And then the Providence one has like a cool explodey ring on his back. So I was like, that looks fun too. So I bought that one, and yeah, so
Neat.
that's all I got. I just wanted to briefly mention them.
Soundjack, what did you get this week?
I got one thing, but it is a very cool thing.
Oh my god, it was shocking.
Yeah, it was.
Haha. Is that a pun?
No. No. It's nobody's. How is shocking a pun? It's not like
I thought-
It's not like I found Siege Shockwave in store before it was even announced or something. That'd be shocking.
That'd be the most amazing thing ever. But anyways.
Yeah,
continue.
I thought it was just a shockwave, and that's why I thought it was a pun.
We were talking about it before the show. I got Nova Star.
I forgot about that because I'm a dummy. Remember, Soundjack? That's like my whole thing.
So quick story on this. So last week I mentioned how I got the Terracons. I got it from my Walmart. That was the I decided to go and see, and like there was clearly a full set of full 2 cases of Wave 3 Deluxes on the shelf, and I grabbed one set for myself, grabbed a set for Seuss, and I just spoiled his bit, and an extra one that ended up going to Chris. Yeah, Chris, did you get Blot?
He hasn't arrived yet.
Oh, okay. Anyway,
so that's why I didn't mention him.
Well,
I think that's the first time anyone's called Chris Gaia in like months.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Throwback.
It's weird because I just finally changed her name in my phone from Gaia to Chris. So
that's kind of funny. But anyways.
Anyway, so then last week.
Oh God, Jared, that was disturbing.
That's a faceless bee. That's how the faceless flop goes.
Story.
Sorry.
Chris,
Jared,
you lost.
What? I did.
Anyway, so I had went not last week, the week before, looking, and when I found the Terracons looking for Nova Star, and then last week I saw someone tweet out they found a Nova Star at their Walmart. I'm like, I wonder if my Walmart happens to get it. I just happened to look on a whim, and lo and behold, there was a Nova Star.
Well, there's more than one Nova Star.
There was more than one Nova Star, and I'll just say this right now. I sent one to Eric, and it's currently sitting in his school's mailroom because he thought it wasn't getting here till Tuesday, and he won't get it till Tuesday anyway.
Yep. It came Saturday.
Slow.
And I didn't pay attention to I didn't check. I checked in the morning, but not the evening after it was delivered. So, yeah, and then due to the holiday, I can't get it. So, not on my list of what I got this week.
Yeah.
But what do you think of it overall?
I quite like it. I mean, it's the Moonracer mold.
Better or worse than Moonracer?
I think I like it more than Moonracer. I think the colors work a bit better. Honestly, admittedly, that's probably a fair chunk to the feet. Whoops.
Oh, jeez.
You dropped
her. Not looking as weird with clear parts at the bottom since it's painted solid gray.
Mm-hmm.
But like her colors complement her well.
Big gun.
Yeah, her gun's fun. Her gun's a very nice gun. And then I also like to differentiate the two of them by splaying the little spikes out to the sides, so a little bit of more of a flame detail.
Look, yeah.
Yeah. Still suffers the same things as Nova Star. Doesn't fix any of the weird proportions because they tried to make the cartoon model into a toy, but still have it transform and,
that huge backpack.
Yeah.
I'm still disappointed that Nova Star isn't Firestar from the comics because she was cool and had a flaming head.
But then they would have had to design an entire new toy for that. And I mean, we're lucky enough that we got another mold for females because the base mold's still being used in Siege.
Kind of.
It's like an 80% retool.
Yeah, they took all the bad parts and they took all the bad parts and left the good part, the combining aspect. But anyways, for another day whenever Siege launches.
Yeah. Don't you mean they took the good parts and left the bad parts because they took the combining gimmick?
No, they didn't use the combining gimmick. They left the Oh, no, okay. I meant as in left behind.
They left it out.
Yeah, yeah, I meant...
Yeah.
Yeah, you know I mean it.
Yeah.
You just phrased it bad.
Yeah.
I think I flipped himself. He spoke backwards. He spoke a Yoda.
Oh,
all right, but Zeus, what did you get this week?
Oh boy, I got things to talk about because I wasn't on last week. So last week I got the Throne of the Primes, which I really like. I'm surprised at how much I enjoy the Optimal Optimus mold. he's actually better, I think, than the Rodimus, which I was not expecting because from the first pictures and the first reviews I saw, I did not like the mold. I think the colors of this set really help to make it seem less bad. I still don't like that the little Primal turns into a plank instead of a monkey, but I can get over it because he looks very good.
He does look amazing.
Yeah. And then it would be last weekend, I guess, I got the Zhang's upscale of DX9 Hulky, which is their Devastator, and he is very nice. There were a couple choices they made with the colors I didn't agree with, but that's what paint is for, so I'm repainting some of it to make it look a little better. It's a fun set. I don't know if every robot mode works at the bigger scale because they were very much made to be smaller figures. When they're bigger, you can see some of the liberties that had to be taken in terms of design or sculpt or ability to rotate heads. So the individual robot modes don't look all that great for the most part, but all the vehicle modes look really nice, and he looks very good in combined mode.
Which is how everyone will have him.
Yes. And then the last thing I got is from Soundjack, actually. He sent me the Wave 3 Terracons, and they're all very nice. I'd have to say my least favorite is probably Cutthroat.
Because he can't keep his head together.
Yeah, he'd lose his head if it weren't attached to his body, and it's not attached to his body.
So he does lose. Yes.
So he does lose his head. Yes. His chicken head keeps falling off. I'm thinking about drilling a hole and just running a pin through it because it looks like there's enough space to do it.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a place where where a pin could easily be, and I'm pretty sure a pin is on Swoop, but not for the Cutthroat head, where there really
I
needs
think it
to
just
be
came
a pin.
I think it came down to cost.
Yeah, I agree.
It didn't cost out for that. And then another thing with him is when I first put the combiner foot in, it was unreasonably tight. No, it was actually kind of tight, which is weird.
Oh.
So when I tried to pull it out, I ended up pulling off that combiner port. I had to glue it back in. Or not the combiner port, but the 5mm port.
Wow.
Okay.
So I ended up having to glue that back in and drill out part of it so that it wouldn't stay together and so things wouldn't get ruined. Yeah, Sinner Twin is nice. I think his arms are weirdly long in robot mode, and he probably has the least exciting sculpt.
Did you do the shoulder transformation right?
Where you swing the shoulders up? Yeah.
Oh, they still seem long to you after that? Maybe they are.
Yeah, they still seem a little long. It could be because they're kind of thin.
Because they're... Yeah.
Yeah. If they were wider, maybe it would look a little better. And also, I kind of think of like the round part as being the shoulder. So to me, it just looks like he has very big shoulders. And Blot is best boy. He's my favorite deluxe of all of them. Probably also my favorite of the Terracons, and maybe my favorite figure deluxe, at least from Power of the Primes.
He's easily the best deluxe of the line.
Oh, yeah. Well, for me, I still really like a lot of the Dinobots. I'm pretty sure he's my favorite of all of them, but I still really like Swoop and Snarl a lot. But he is very high up. He's very good. One of my favorite things about him, actually, is just like the shoulder transformation, where they just kind of pull out so that they sit further apart, further away from the torso when he's in his nose goblin mode. I think he's very nice. Originally, I had planned on getting 2 from Soundjack because I wanted to do a custom of one of them as animated Lugnut, but there you go. But we ended up what ended up happening was that Chris had wanted to get them, so instead
And
I
I
just
went back, and all of the Terracons were
Yeah.
already gone.
so I just gave up my second blot.
You're so noble.
Yes.
All right, but anyways, uh,
And sorry, there was like one other thing I wanted to talk about. The claw transformation is also really cool.
it's
Where
very
just
good.
like the middle claw in robot mode flips around and he just has like claw hands. I very much like that. And I've found a way to kind of halfways pop his mouth open so it looks slightly open in nose goblin mode. I don't know if it's supposed to do that or if mine just wasn't
Wait,
glued in
if the
properly.
mouth into the mouth, it's supposed to do that.
Oh, okay. I wasn't
He
sure.
has a mouth.
Yeah,
Barely.
but it moves.
It
There is
doesn't-
a joint. It just weirdly moves very little. It's odd.
Yeah, it doesn't open much. I thought maybe mine was glued in wrong, but there is a way you can kind of get the mouth open.
It's weird, but accurate.
It changes it kind of changes the shape of his face a little bit, and it helps to make him look a little bit more like a little troll man instead of ball with face and arms.
Mm-hmm. Yep, but so last is me. I got the Throne of the Primes, which is quite excellent. Little Optimus Primal is quite amazing. I really, my one, a negative aspect of this mold in general, which I've said ever since it was announced, is that Little Optimus Primal does not have a monkey mode. I feel like that is a major flaw, but basically my only one with this mold. Otherwise, I freaking love this mold. The crown and the, what's it called? The thing of the...
Scepter of Sparks.
Scepter of Sparks. I wanted to call it a mace, but I'm like, it's not a mace.
Well, based on a mace, so
Yeah.
If you stick a bunch
It's
of
a mace
faces
face
in
mace.
the mace, then it's the face mace.
I'm excited for the upgrade kit that will give Little Optimus Primal his swords from Beast Wars 2, because I really like this deluxe mold. And then
It's
the
not-
Lower Class mold.
it's not from Beast Wars 2, it's from the regular Beast Wars, Eric. What are you talking
Boo! Boo!
Anyways, he...
That's 2 strikes against me tonight.
Just wait for the third. No, but it is quite excellent. The mold overall, I think, is my favorite leader class. I don't know. I really do like Nemesis Prime, but
I still need to get that.
it's a strong contender either way. Definitely my favorite of the 2 SDCC sets, but I do like the other quite a bit. And my one other thing I was going to say is that I'm so excited to put all 12. I'm especially excited for Punch Counterpunch, which we'll get to come out, because that will have the last Prime Master release, which will make 4 leftover Prime Masters aside from the 12, because there are the 12 that go in the Throne of the Primes, so I have not put them in yet. But then there will be the 3 from the special edition releases, where it's Blastoff's special Megatronus, Repugnance's special Solace, and then Punch Counterpunch's special
Counterpunch.
Prima, and then there's the 13th, who's the extra. So you can have all 12 Primes in the throne and the Scepter of Sparks holding 4 Prime Masters. So everything works out perfectly if you buy the entire
I
one.
can't. I can't because mine's misassembled.
Your
Womp
13th.
womp.
Wait, he can't go on the Scepter of Sparks because of the way he's positioned? Because of the way
No,
his
the
legs are
little
messed
foot
up?
thing.
His feet end up dangling out.
Yeah, because
Well,
the
then you
foot
could put him in
thing-
the back slot, because he could still attach through his head. Right?
Yeah, but he's it's
That
pretty much
little-
him just like
that little foot
dangling.
nub on the back. I think probably
It gets in the way.
doesn't work with that pole.
Yeah.
Although if you put it on the side, you might be able to do it that way.
Wait, what?
Because on the side, the sides where the slider thing is, because there's a bit of a gap in there, I think.
I tried it, and
not
it
where
works.
the feet are. It doesn't, because the foot pegs go. If you plug in the feet, then it still bumps into the whatchamacallit, the there's less of a blockage, but it's still a blockage down where that
Yeah.
foot peg is. So, but if you put him on the back, you won't notice that, because there's 4 spots. There's the 3 that are obviously in the front, but then there's the back spots. So just put him in the back spot, and no one will notice, and you'll still have him on the scepter. But yeah,
I still
so
need to get Blast off.
very
well.
very excited. Well, you don't even have Bruticus, so. But that blast
So
off
what? I
character
can have
is
I can have a single Combaticon.
good. You really need Swindle, but that blast
At
off
the
is
very
also very good.
Swindle is a good toy.
So yeah, I'm definitely excited for those Prime Masters. I also got, as mentioned, the other SDCC exclusive, the Retro Rock Garage Volume 1, which Gold B is a good B.
Yeah.
Nothing particularly amazing about him, but overall I like him. I like to think of him as movie Goldbug.
No, I think of him as movie Goldfire.
No, because I go by the real name.
Well, because the Volume 2 version is going to be Goldbug.
Okay, that's fair.
I just have them both exist as separate characters.
That's fair. I was thinking same characters, separate, different bodies types, but that's fair too. I could say,
Just
yeah, this is
because-
Goldfire, so they're separate characters. I like that.
Yeah.
Orange Boy. What is Orange Boy's name?
I have no idea.
hold on. So
I'm
it's
asking Soundjack.
it's-
I want to
He
say
knows.
it's Uruaz.
it's Uraz.
Uraz. Uraz is, oh my
Why do I
gosh.
give it an accent when I
Uraz
try to say it?
Uraz
Uraz.
is so cute.
Uraz.
I
Uraz.
love that they have the rub signs. I am a
Yeah.
sucker for rub signs, especially with these cassettes
back
because
rub
I wasn't
sign.
sure which was which faction. See, Chris, you already lost again. But I wasn't sure
What?
which was which faction.
Let's always bring back the rub sign.
You were mumbling while I was talking. It's no. But anyways,
I was mumbling
He was
so I
trying
wouldn't
to not
interrupt
be
you.
rude.
Yeah. I was mumbling so I would still say
mumbling
it,
while
but it would-
someone is talking is still rude if it's
It
during a
is.
podcast.
But I would be talking, but I wasn't
Nope,
talking
just stop.
over you.
Nope,
We
just
very
stop.
much
Yeah,
always
shutting up.
talk over each other anyways, so she was just
Yeah.
trying to be less rude.
Yes.
There is such a thing as waiting and responding.
Oh.
Yep.
We do not have that patience here.
But yeah, there's I love the rub signs. They're so cool. Orange Boy is good boy. Green Boy, I like Green Boy. What is Green
Is-
Boy's name again?
Dairu.
Dire.
Dairu.
Dairu.
Oh,
Dairu
They-
stands
they-
surprisingly well.
I
Mhm.
know.
His center of balance is amazing. I looked at that toy and I was like, well, dang it, that's gonna be a toy I'll never get to stand. He never falls over. Those super tiny skinny legs hold him up well. It's amazing. I'm very surprised, very pleased with these guys, and they make cool little cassettes. So
To get their
teammates.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. The only thing that does annoy me a little bit is the foil stickers on them. I think they're foil. The stickers on them, either way, are only on the one side. So, it makes sense for this cassette mode, but then whenever you go to dyno mode, it's like, oh, this side has all of the cassette details, and this side has none. It's just a little weird, but it's not the worst. Now I'm actually
hey.
imagining them as being tattoos, and I'm cool with it, so never mind. My
Well,
little
the
head
hell.
cannon
Well, I
just
mean,
worked
then
out.
you have a problem with every single cassette from G1. That
Yeah.
are-
Yep. Nope.
Except for Laserbeak, because
Yeah.
on
Because
that
it
one it was
was
just
on
on the top.
Because it's its top, as
Yep.
opposed
Exactly. That's how you do it.
to. Well, it probably works for the humanoid ones too, because it's either on their front or their back.
Yeah. But the Beast one.
So-
Beastie Boys.
Well, Laserbeak's a beast too, and
Oh,
so's
yeah.
Ratbat.
Oh shoot.
True. But the Beastie
So-
Boys.
So just the cats and the dinos,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
probably the elephants too. Or
I would
rhinos.
Yeah, and
And the
rhinos.
rhino, definitely the rhino and the lion.
But last,
don't know if there's an
last but
elephant.
not
I'm
least,
Sure, I'm making that up.
well, also, isn't there a gorilla, or is he? I don't know. But anyways, last but not least, I also got.
Oh yeah, there is
MMC
a gorilla.
MMC's Stray Aderisk mode, which is, if you're not aware, this is MMC's take on IDW Drift, but the Aderisk mode is specifically this mold in the Age of Extinction Drift colors, which the instant I saw it was supposed to be a TFCon Toronto exclusive, but then wasn't. Awkward. But as soon as I saw it, I knew I needed to have it. It is gorgeous. The mold itself is very good. I'm sold on it. I want to get Deadlock at some point. I really like Deadlock, but it's not super high on my list of priority, but it's definitely on my list to get at some point because I really want Deadlock, and this mold is good. But I'm also very, very happy with this version. It looks so good in the blue and gold. So, so good. And the purple cloak just seals the deal. I love it. Only problem with it is that the pointer finger on mine likes to pop off on the one on his left hand, which is a little annoying. But that's about it. Otherwise, it's really, really good. I really like it. Nice, simple transformation, and just gorgeous colors on this mode. So, yeah. Anyways, moving on to the news this week, we have some stuff. First off, we have, just super quick, because basically we've already talked about this. It's just also technically news because it was confirmed. The Robot Kingdom has posted an image to Facebook for the upcoming Movie Masterpiece 7 VW Bug Bumblebee. And it says pre-order slated to begin September 15th, so less than 2 weeks from now, with the figure itself expected to be released halfway through October.
Ooh,
So that's soon.
Exciting.
We need to see its robot mode. It's basically a month away from a release, almost. Well, I guess it's a month and a half, a little less, a little more, give or take.
Mm-hmm.
And we haven't seen its robot mode, so
Yeah.
I'd like to see
Maybe
that
then-
robot mode.
Maybe next week.
I can see like a leg, I think.
Well, I mean, yeah, we could see the vehicle mode, but I want to see the robot mode. Oh, you're talking
No,
about the
but
background.
behind it.
I don't
yeah,
know. If, I think
I
that's
can
to a
see
different
leg.
toy. I think that's to a different toy. Because I'm pretty sure that Bumblebee on the background is not going to be on the Movie Masterpiece Bumblebee packaging. It won't be an open package like that. Like, that's packaging to a different toy. I'm pretty sure they're just using it as a background. I could be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Maybe not. Now I'm kind of curious.
Watch his,
we have to see now.
Watch his robot mode be like revealed as soon as we're done with this podcast.
That's how it
That
works
would
usually.
be how it
Yeah.
goes.
So,
Also, right
That
after
always
this
happens.
podcast, I guarantee we will get our first images of Siege Decepticons.
well, way to spoil what we didn't see for what we're going to
Well-
talk about later. But anyways, next up we have the commercials. Toy commercials for DJ Bumblebee and Power Charge Bumblebee. They're just kind of cute to watch. And also, I just wanted to give a shout out to the DJ Bumblebee commercial because it plays Bust a Move at the end. And that is one of my favorite songs. It's actually like me and my girlfriend's song, which is really weird. Don't think into it too much. There's not a real reason behind it. But it's just, I was just like, oh, that's cool whenever I heard it. So anyways, yeah, there's that.
So what you're saying is you have to get it for your anniversary.
Aww.
You're right, and I don't think my girlfriend is. So, like, I'm assuming the toy actually plays that. I need to make sure, but, like, that's what the commercial makes it seem like. So if it does,
Yeah.
I'm actually going to buy that. At least one for her, probably one for me, too. So, thank you, Soundjack.
Yeah, Soundjack the wingman over here.
Is it a wingman if she's
Meanwhile-
already my girlfriend? But anyways.
Meanwhile, I'm over here
I don't
judging
know.
you because that song, I don't like that song.
You don't like that song?
I don't like a lot of those kinds of songs. I just
What do you mean
'Cause-
those kinds of songs? What does that even mean?
like that specific subgenre of music.
What is that subgenre of music? Now I'm kind of curious.
I don't know.
what you're
Whatever.
thinking. What do you think
whatever
the
ki-
subgenre is?
I don't know. Whatever kind of hip hop it is. I'm not sure.
It's
I'm
rap.
sure.
It's
Well,
Young
that
MC.
kind of. Yeah, whatever. Like that kind of rap then. Because my mom is really into it and she does it all the time and it's annoying and it makes.
And that was me hanging up on Zeus because I love that song too much. Anyways.
Don't blame me, blame my upbringing.
Anyways, okay. Getting on to probably the most exciting news we have to discuss is coming from the oh my god, Canada's Fan Expo event. We have
Canadian.
five new Studio Series Deluxes now. 3 were revealed initially, then 2 were revealed kind of later. Because basically no one cared about them, and then they were shown later. But the first 3 we saw were World War II Bumblebee, Sideswipe from Dark of the Moon specifically, because there are differences.
Mostly he's a convertible.
Barricade, Barricade, and then also, so those were the first 3 revealed. then is Clunker Bumblebee and Crankcase. So let's get the easiest out of the way first. Clunker Bumblebee. Basically, how Bumblebee should have been released first. Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
This is what the first Bumblebee should have been. Granted, I'm going to buy it because I'm already going completionist on this line. Yeah, it's basically because of the numbering. I hate myself.
Okay. I mean, once Studio Series ends, I know I'm probably going to be selling some of them off, and I'm certain I'll sell the number one because this one should have the fixed roof.
Yes,
too.
Correct. It should. The mold should
if
be a
I
little
hadn't-
bit better, and it has the correct deco.
Yeah. But
If I hadn't
here's
painted mine, I'd probably sell it and buy this one. But I painted mine, so I'm not selling it.
hold on a second.
If you
I
painted it
noticed
well,
you-
you could sell it for more.
Well, I think I painted it well, but I'm not sure because you can't objectively critique your own work.
That's usually true, but technically not true. If you know what I
So,
mean. But
I can
Sound Jack?
judge it subjectively, but I'm not sure if I can judge it objectively.
That's
the
fair.
thing.
Sound Jack.
So I noticed something weird with the render.
Yes.
He doesn't have his stripes on
Yeah.
the bot mode. Like there should be a little bit of the racing stripes on the hood.
Yeah, like right in front of his, like right above the headlights.
Yeah, but there aren't any, which is
Mhm.
how the stripes are for the one that comes with Charlie.
Yeah.
I thought there weren't any
I might
stripes
buy
on the
that one
comes
because
with
it's got a
Charlie.
bunch of
There
extra.
are racing stripes, but they're not like. Look at the render. Look at the chest. Look at the.
No, I'm talking about the one that comes with Charlie. I thought it didn't have any racing stripes at all.
No, it has
It's a
no
blank,
yeah,
stripes.
yeah,
I'm
it's a blank
saying,
yellow
like-
hood.
The robot
Stripes.
mode is looking like makes me think of the
Oh, okay,
Charlie.
okay. No, I know what you're
Because
saying.
it
My
doesn't
guess is
have the
that's
stripes.
just a mess up on the robot
No, I'm
rendering.
certain.
But I don't
Yeah,
know.
because the vehicle mode has the stripes
it.
at that bit.
Yeah. Either way, look at the in-hand images.
Well, but that's the
at
part
show,
that
and
folds
you'll be able to
away.
tell. No,
That's
the part
no.
that
There's a
disappears.
small part past that panel line that doesn't fold away.
Hold on,
That
I'm
is-
getting. Hold on, I'm getting my figure right now.
Wait,
I
Right.
got it right here, Zeus. I got it.
Yeah,
I've
he
got
already
it.
showed it.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Anyway, the
so yeah,
thing
you
I'm
should
going to
say-
say is, that figure is going to suck because there's probably going to be a bunch of people that will get this figure,
Okay.
then return it
Okay,
to
hold
the
on.
store with the wave with the number one version, and you're not going to be able to tell probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so I figured out what it is.
Zeus, we already figured it
wait-
out. Soundjack already had it in his hand
No,
It's-
but
and was telling us about it.
okay,
Yeah.
cool. But let me do it now because I'm here and I
No,
want
we
to.
already heard it. Nope, we're continuing.
I will
Crankcase.
feel like
I'm gonna kick
kidding.
you if you keep going. Crankcase is an interesting one. So Crankcase. Let's talk about Crankcase. It's not
It's
Crankcase.
Crowbar.
It's not Crankcase. It's not Crowbar either. That's the thing. Well, it is Crowbar, but I don't understand how you messed this up.
No.
I really don't. This is
Like-
an army builder dreadbot, which once you accept that, is fine. But when you're told you're getting Crankcase, you expect a damn Crankcase figure.
Yes.
How hard is it to just get the right head? I mean, the mold is slightly different, but
the
still,
mold exists. It's Berserker.
yes, it's
That's
literally
not crankcase. It's Quillfire.
it's
There
literally
we go.
all you need to do is just take Berserker and paint him right. So I don't understand why they didn't do that. But either way, putting that aside, I don't want to call it Crankcase because that annoys me. This
Call
figure
it
looks
non-case.
I don't know what I'm going to call it,
There
but
were drone-
Quillfire.
Did the Dark-
Quillfire.
Did the Dark of the Moon game have like drone names for the dreads?
maybe. I might just call this Dreadbot.
Quillfire.
But either way, it is Crowbar.
This could have been our Dreadbot.
Yeah,
Darn
that's
it.
true. But it's
Don't want that.
it is basically a mainly black crowbar with a little bit of gold and silver mixed throughout, and then gold hands and gold dreads. Again, it's the wrong dreads because they use the wrong mold, and also Crankcases does have gold mixed into his deco. His hands are not supposed to be gold. Now, the thing is, I'm curious to see in-hand images, in-package images, not in-hand, because we got to see two different versions. The renders, which are in the link in the show notes. The official releases on Hasbro Pulse. This has a color that I very much prefer. In hand, we had weirdly bright and just kind of off-putting colors for the dreads and the hands. It looked weird.
I think I saw that.
The color was
He
odd.
must have been hanging out with Nitro Zeus.
Yeah, it's a little odd. But I just gotta say, like, it isn't a bad figure. It's just, why would you
Wrong
name
name.
it? Why would you name it Crankcase? That bothers me so much. Because it's like, both are easy. It's just, yeah, it's not Crankcase if you couldn't tell. So that's basically our takeaway. Does anyone have anything to add, really?
It's Quillfire.
It's Crankcase.
It's not
No,
Crankcase.
it's
Shut
not.
up.
Jared
Sorry.
is the most wrong.
Does that make me the most right?
No.
No.
Oh.
Yours is just acceptable.
Oh, what was that laugh?
But yeah, so there's that. It's not a bad toy, it's just the wrong toy.
Well, it could be a better toy if the dreads were like bendy wire that stayed.
True, or if they just use the right mold. But anyways, continuing on. To better toys. Which do you want to talk about first? You know what? We're on a... We just talked about a Decepticon. Let's finish out the Decepticons. We have Barricade. Barricade is looking quite good, actually.
Yeah.
I would dare to say fantastic.
He even does the screen accurate chest.
I know, which is
Yeah.
very impressive. I also
Which
really like his
makes-
arms.
Which, yeah, main question with that is, where's the chest hiding where's his chest hiding in vehicle mode, and where's the front of the car mode hiding in robot mode? That's where I'm at.
Question. I'm kind of curious how big his backpack is because it looks good and it doesn't even look like it has that big of a backpack. So
I think Chris Ho got some decent back shots of the toys, and I don't think he's carrying that much on his back.
That would have been the perfect opportunity to say junk in his trunk. What's wrong?
Yeah,
with you?
but I was thinking of that, and then I was like, no.
That's when I'm making the subtitle for my Nova Star Nightbot.
But the weapon is so notably his accessory is the blade weapon that he uses in the fight, and the background is the night scenery for his fight with Bumblebee, which I am excited for the two of them. So that it will be nice to have those two. I gotta say, Barricade kind of blew me out of the water. Like, I knew they were gonna do this and Sideswipe, which we'll get to, are ones that I've been saying since the very beginning of Studio Series. We know we're gonna get it. It's just when. But in all honesty, I didn't expect it to look this good. So I'm very happy. The one thing several people have complained about, which we have developed our own line of thinking on, is he doesn't have Frenzy. Now, initially, it's like, because, they just don't come with human figures. Until we get the Bumblebee, who comes with the extra parts and the Charlie figure. So, now we have a precedent for a person, even though it's not movable, but figure being in Studio Series.
Plus, also, we got Scorponok with Blackout, and that's kind of close to
True.
Frenzy and
I would
Barricade.
dare say that I think Charlie's closer, because that is what they would do. They wouldn't do a Scorponok thing where it has at least a little bit of movement. It would be a solid piece just like Charlie, but that is a fair point, an accessory character.
So there's definitely more precedent for it beyond just the Charlie thing. There's also that. But Charlie figure is still...
Charlie is the real precedence. You can make
Yeah,
a
Charlie
slight
is the
argument.
better evidence,
But the
better
thing is,
precedence for it, but it's still...
the Bumblebee is a slightly bigger set with customizable parts and, the human figure. So what we were thinking is it possible they could continue that price point with doing the same thing with other characters. For example,
I think
Barricade
we
with
should just
Frenzy.
refer to it as the mechanic
Let him
packs.
Well,
finish the
see,
thought before.
what were you gonna say, Soundjack? Do you want to explain our thinking that we came up with in our group chat?
Yeah, and I think it was mostly me that was suggesting this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like Eric was saying, the Bumblebee number 15 with the Charlie is like the kind of a bare bones Bumblebee in terms of colors. It comes with a Charlie figure and a whole crap ton of accessories to get the crap out of your Bumblebee. So if there were to be another, what could happen is there's a Barricade with a Frenzy static figurine, as well as a crap ton of accessories to get out Barricade's cop car mode, including such things as the crazy headlights that were shown in the first movie, and the side missile launchers that were props made for the movie that were eventually cut from it. And probably a whole bunch of other crazy things, because I doubt everything in that Bumblebee kit is canon, or, well, canon as in actually appears on screen, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They could have a fun.
I think that you could easily do the Wreckers right at that price point, and then
Yes.
also the weaponizer modes for Sideswipe and Bumblebee, which they haven't done a regular Bumblebee mold in this line yet, which is interesting.
Like an 07 Camaro.
Yeah, like they haven't done that version of Bumblebee in
Yep.
Studio Series, which is
Done a new
weird.
Camaro Bumblebee, yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see if that happens.
It's going to be the next wave, guys. Don't worry.
Probably.
We're gonna get.
Because you could do the weaponized version of Sideswipe and then that Bumblebee, because let's be real, that Bumblebee's probably going to happen at some point. So it's molds you're already going to have in the line, especially with Sideswipe. It's just adding on parts.
Doesn't Dino have
No.
a stealth force mode? Or...
Not in the movie. He does in the video. Wait, I don't think he does in the movie. He definitely
Because
does in the video game.
He's there during that highway
Yeah, but I think
fight.
he's mainly in robot mode, because that's his main moment with the whips.
Yeah, I feel like he's there, but again, it has been a while.
I don't
Someone
think-
correct us.
Let's be real. We're going to be the ones that know it.
Fair.
I'm seeing concept art. I'm not seeing anything from the movie. I know he does in the video game, but like, I'm gonna go back and watch that scene after the show, actually. So, yeah, I don't think he does, but we'll see.
But they
But they
could
could
also,
easily do it, yeah. Especially because I'm pretty sure due to
if
leaks, we
there
know
was
they're
an
going to make
game-
it. You know.
Yeah, and also if it's in the video game, there might have been concept for the movie that was never used, and part of it, this series is, oh hey, here's concept stuff that never made it into the movie.
Clearly it's things that don't have to happen in the movie. Hence, frickin' Crankcase not being Crankcase. But anyways.
But hey, you brought up a point, but you mentioning the records is really awesome, because I didn't even think of that. I just assumed they'd all have deluxe weapon up modes, because we never see them without the weapon up forms in the movies. But hopefully, if they do it as a kit, that they can keep all of the extra bits on when they transform.
I would think it'd be more likely they reattach after transformation. I would love it if it could transform with them on, but that's a lot to ask.
Or at least some of them. At least some of the more major
we'll
ones.
See. But either way, I think that's a really good idea, and I think that's a price point that, like, it's worth that price. Everyone's responding very positively to that Bumblebee set, and it's like, in all honesty, that could be the least exciting one they do if they continue this idea. So just saying, it's a good and easy pathway. I think they should keep that price point. I think they should do one per wave, in my opinion. One or two.
It would be very good to keep doing them, and I vote we call them like the mechanic sets.
I was thinking weaponizers, just because that's probably what most of them are going to be, but since the first one isn't a weaponizer set, then that is true.
Why are you calling them weaponizers?
Well, I think of it as weaponized mode. I know it's stealth force mode, which doesn't make sense because that's not stealthy, but...
No.
Well, I think of it as mechanic, because if each one of them comes with like a little figure, then they're like the mechanics working on the cars.
There's probably going to be an official class thing once we actually get the figures in the system.
Yeah, and it'll be very
if
not
they
good.
even happen. I don't think these are going to happen, in all honesty. I think the Bumblebee's
It'd
a
be
one-off.
cool if they did.
I really hope they
but
do.
they-
I really like this idea. I feel like we should ask people to pitch that to them at New York Comic Con.
Yeah.
In fact, I
Yes.
think I'm going to ask Ant to do that. I already need to ask
When-
some other people. It's the beginning of October, I believe. Isn't it?
All right.
Yeah, it's I think it's the first
It's
weekend of
usually
October.
around Columbus Day.
It's the first weekend of October. I'm 90% sure.
Well, I think it used to be the Columbus Day weekend, and they moved it.
Oh yeah, I'm just talking about this year, just because I know
Yeah.
that I was thinking about trying to get us coverage, and then I ended up not doing it. And part of the reason was because I couldn't go then, but I actually wanted to send Miguel, but that was a mess up on my part. So
Yeah.
yes, as of this year, we do not have coverage at New York Comic Con for ourselves, but
Dare you?
hopefully it will change.
Also, Columbus Day this year is right before Leif Erikson Day.
Amazing. But yeah, anyways, back on topic. I really, really hope.
Durgan.
That's a long side tangent from Barricade, because basically we want Frenzy, and I think it'd be really cool to do a mechanic upgrade for that Barricade. I think you could do some really cool stuff.
Hey, mechanic is catching on. I did it. I started a
There's
trend.
the precedence for, well, I was thinking because it wouldn't be a weaponized mode, but like the extended headlights and such that he has, like there is options for Barricade. So at the very least, I feel like at least another Barricade would be good. But I think you could continue this price point on and go to great lengths with it. So just saying, it's a good idea.
Well, that's the other reason I would go with mechanic over weaponizers or stealth mode is that it comes with like a spoiler and another engine thing instead of like guns.
Yeah, well, they called the gun thing Stealth Force, so naming things relevantly is not on their priority. Just saying.
I know, but was that a different team? I thought that was before.
That was like actually in the movie.
Oh god.
That was Dark of the Moon.
Yeah, so that's a precedence in the movie, which this storyline is based off of. So have it as you will. But speaking of Dark of the Moon, we have our next figure, another one that we knew was coming, but now we actually get to see it, and God, it looks good. Yes, I didn't say his actual line. It is Deluxe Class Sideswipe from Dark of the Moon, where he's the convertible. Not gonna lie, I hope they do a Revenge of the Fallen one, because I'll buy it again with just a roof. That's the only difference, but I'll buy it again, gladly. I'm just saying, I'll buy Sideswipe as many times as you release him. You release him in his weird blue and yellow colors from Walmart, that exclusive, I'll buy it again. So
I actually think it's kind of cool that they're doing one without a roof, because now there's no excuse to have a bunch of robot stuff inside the car.
which it doesn't. It looks surprising. I want to see how this transforms. Because, like, it looks so slick in Corvette mode, which, God, Corvette Stingrays are my favorite car of all time, if you didn't know that. That's why I specifically love Sideswipe and Crosshairs. Favorite car of all time. By far. I mean, this is a concept Corvette. This was before the Corvette Stingray actually came back. Crosshairs is the real one. This is just a concept car, but... Ooh, it looks so good. So I'm very, very excited for this toy. And he comes with swords and guns. So, like, the swords technically aren't accessories, I guess, because I believe they're attached to him. Could be wrong about that, but I believe they're attached to him. But the guns aren't, so I'm surprised by that.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel about this toy?
He looked nice. I don't know how I feel about the wings, though. I don't remember if he had those in the movie.
Did. They weren't.
Okay.
They only go up whenever he's like jumping over sideways. That is his name, right? In Revenge of the
Sideways.
Fallen, to cut him in half.
Oh.
Normally they are down to the side, but those are on ball joints, so they move just like how they would actually move in the movie, which is impressive.
Yeah, the display model definitely had them down. So
yeah. I noticed that actually, that in the renders they're up, but normally they are down.
You notice, like, oh, hi, those are there.
Mm-hmm. Which I was going to say, there is precedence for them to move, because they do move at one point in the movie. Well, not this movie, but the other movie. The other thing I really wanted to comment on is that his swords, these are the most accurate swords he's had. They always just use the side of the car, and they're just like, yeah, it's a chunk of the side of the car in a triangle shape. It's his swords. And I'm like, no.
Actually,
Like I
it's
like
funny.
I like the toys, but it's just not right. They nailed it this time.
Actually, it's funny because I think the wings that we were just talking about are the doors.
I believe they are. It's a
It does
shame.
look like there is a
It
handle,
looks like
maybe.
it's got the same angles and stuff.
Yeah.
Same
Yeah.
geometry.
No, that is definitely the side of the Corvette. I can
Yeah.
guarantee you that. Except I think it is missing part of it. I think part of the bottom of the door may be part of his swords,
Yeah.
but they gave him the other half, which is the important thing. Like, because that can still look right if you get the general shape of the sword right, because it's always just been
You know what?
slabs
Actually,
of car
I
parts
just
on the
noticed
sides, so.
the window part. Actually, you can kind of see just like the vaguest outline of it, and I'm slightly more okay with the shape of the wings now.
Oh,
Because I thought they were kind of weird and angular at first, but I can see like the faintest outline of window, and it looks better.
Oh yeah.
Well,
now
his
it-
wings aren't supposed to be up, anyways.
Well, yeah, but
They go down, but
in
they're on
this
ball joints.
position, I mean, like in that position, they don't look as bad as I thought they did, because there is some window.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I guess, but still, that's a wrong transformation, anyways. So I don't
Well,
think I
I'm
don't think that can be a pro or a con really. But
I just
yes,
didn't notice windows.
I actually did notice that after he said it, but not before.
Yeah. Not after Zeus mentioned it.
They did his wheel feet right. He has his wheel feet, and I believe he has. He has heels, so he should be able
He
to
has
stand
heels.
too. Hopefully, it stands well, but we'll see. And then last but not least, something that we've been saying is basically a dream figure of Studio Series, and now it makes me want another figure in particular. But World War II Deluxe Class World War II Bumblebee.
Woohoo!
A lot of people are like, why
Excitement!
isn't it?
Yeah.
So just to clarify, it is changing his alt mode from what we see from the 10 seconds in The Last Night, because he turned into a Nazi car because he was undercover. So like, it stands to reason. What?
Actually, I think that was actually still a British model car. Funnily
Are
enough,
you
even though they were
sure?
driving into it.
I'm pretty sure
That's what
they.
I saw. That's what I saw from someone on Twitter, that there was actually still a Mercedes. I think.
I remember him turning into a tank. Granted, I remember very little about that movie.
He was not a tank in the movie.
Granted, I remember very little of the movie, and that was like 10 seconds, but for some reason, that's what I remember him being. I know I'm wrong.
I was gonna say you remember incorrectly, but this
I
version
know I'm
is a
wrong.
tank.
That's just what I remember.
But yeah, either way, he turned into a car in the movie. This time he turns into a tank, but that's okay because the robot mode's all anyone really cares about, as long as he turns into a World War II vehicle. And man, he has the hammer. I didn't expect him to have the hammer, which I mean makes sense because he uses it then. But
Yeah.
I feel like them is saying this is them like honestly just giving us the hammer for any Bumblebee, because they didn't have a freaking hammer for the Bumblebee toys in The Last Night, when that's probably the best thing he does in the movie. So now we have the hammer and the missile gun.
I might give my my Last Night Bumblebee that hammer whenever I get this World War II B.
Yeah.
I just really hope that by the time he comes out, people stop referring to the line as SS.
That's why I refer to it as studs.
Hasbro internally refers to it as ST. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I've been calling it since that.
unfortunately, I
came
think
out.
I just call it Studio Series.
I
Well, in
abbreviated it
terms
to
of
studs,
abbreviation.
capital second S.
Don't give it an abbreviation. I just say it.
Well, we're talking about
You're
typing,
typing
not
on Twitter.
We're talking about
you don't
typing, not
Twitter.
speaking.
Still, though.
Yeah, the one thing to note is that he sure has a backpack, and also the hammer becomes the turret for the tank. So just interesting things to note there. Yeah, not a huge fan of the backpack, but it's not the worst. I also am very happy that they gave him the missile launcher gun. I believe those are missiles. Yeah, those are missiles, at least in the concept art they are. And it looks very good. He looked very gray in the movie, even though I'm pretty sure he is green in the movie. It's just because it's at night. But I thought he was gray. So seeing this is a bit of a shock, like, oh, he's very green. But
Yeah, the concept art is definitely greenish with some tinges of yellow.
yeah, but
Cool.
this looks good. Now I really, really want a World War II hot rod.
Yeah.
Which,
Well,
actually, we'll get to.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But I hope we get an official one. I'm putting that out there first. I hope
Fair.
we get an official one. But moving on to our next news item. I think it's the next news item. Okay, super quick. Next news item is actually David
Big news.
Sobolov, I believe. It's big news, but not super surprising news. David Sobolov, who voiced Death Charge and then Transformers Prime Shockwave, who we already knew was voicing someone in Bumblebee, admitted he announced that it is Blitzwing. So, yay! Can't wait to see that. But the thing I was referring to is the following news item, which is what's the company?
Toy World.
Toy World.
Why is my... It won't, like, click. There we go. Toy World is doing their... What's it called? Bulldog... Is that... No, it's TWFS01. It's a Voyager-sized figure based on the World War I tank from the last night. I think he even has a removable hat. But yeah, it's the old...
It's the dude... It's the guy I affectionately refer to as Bulldog because that was the name on the side of his tank mode.
Uh-huh.
And I think that is the type of tank he is, a Bulldog.
I think so.
I must have.
Yes.
It's very good. And it is
Yep.
it is a decent Voyager-sized toy. I want to see pricing, but it looks good.
It looks like it, from what on one of the images that has him next to Studio Ironhide, Megs, and Brawland. He's like just about the same height as Brawl and Ironhide.
A little shorter than both.
Yeah.
But around he's around their
he's
size.
on the
Yeah, I can
smaller end of the Studio Series scale.
But he
for
still has,
Voyagers.
I was gonna say, he still has a decent amount of parts, it looks like, and such. But yeah, he's definitely one of the smaller ones. But again, he shouldn't be that big. So, well, I mean, he shouldn't be too big, is what I'm saying. That looks about right. That even might be a little bigger than he... Actually, I don't think he directly stands next to anyone in the movie, so we don't know.
Well, like facing...
He stands behind Anthony
Basing on his
Hopkins.
interaction
Real
from
world.
Bumblebee, I was going to say he's facing Bumblebee, but we never actually see the two next to each other. So,
Yeah.
either way, yeah, he's either a little bit bigger or about the same size that he should be. So, either way, I'm glad they're doing this. If Studio Series does one, then I won't buy this. I don't think Studio Series is going to do this, so I'm probably going to buy this.
Yeah, because why would Studio Series make a figure of the Bulldog Man?
You know who I really want them to do? Canopy, and have him transform into a pile of trash. But yeah.
Because he's a pile of trash.
Just crumple his arms and legs together, and there it is.
Train.
It's just like fold arms in front of face, fold in half.
Just
right.
him in a fetal
Here's
position.
Canopy.
Yes. But anyways, moving on, because that does
Yeah,
look good.
moving on.
I really want to see color images of that. But anyways, moving on.
We should mention...
Oh yeah.
I'm
I totally just forgot. What are the figures on the list of other things that they're planning that
Okay.
they haven't shown off at
So-
all? But
So, T-Formers didn't report on this, but TFW 2005 did report on it, that Toy World has mentioned other plans for other figures from this TFWFS line. Number 2 is World War II Bumblebee.
that's number 2. I thought the plane was.
No.
Wait, I thought that they were saying World War II Hot Rod.
No, just wait.
Yeah, they were also saying World War II Hot Rod, which is number 3.
Oh.
And then also said what was number 6. They didn't say anything about 4 or
4 and
5.
5.
They didn't say anything about that. But 6 is apparently going to be some kind of biplane Starscream.
No, they said they were doing also the biplane dude from the movie, didn't they?
No, it was Starscream.
I swear.
Maybe that'll be 4 or 5.
Someone reported that they were. I swear, someone reported that they were also doing the plane from the movie. Maybe I'm wrong. I swear. Maybe someone typed that wrong because I swear someone at least said that. Maybe it was someone on
Because-
Twitter that read it wrong.
Because Yeah, you might have read it wrong because the image that is associated with the 6 is clearly like a Starscream triangle body, but with 2 sets of wings jutting off of his back, clearly indicating some form of biplane transformation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So-
But anyways, more to look forward to in terms of.
I mean, if they do ransack the biplane, that'd be
will.
awesome.
Oh, they will. If they're doing Bulldog, they'll do him. They literally get the
Yeah.
same amount of screen
Start
time.
off with Bulldog, so we got plenty of options.
So, But yeah,
And options. are
next
good.
up, just a quick announcement. Until September 9th on HasbroToyShop.com, you can save 20% on $150 or more on orders, 15% on $100 or more orders, or 10% on $75 or more for any orders. I just want to point that out for anyone that uses Hasbro Toy Shop that they do have the sale going on for the end of summer until September 9th. So go ahead and use that. The promo code is end of summer, and no, they're not a sponsor. I just thought it'd be nice to tell you guys. We don't have sponsors.
Because we love you.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's just a nice little thing for you. And then last but not least, which I don't want to linger on too long, but we have our first out-of-box photos of Transformers Generations Special Edition Punch Counterpunch, which I was going to say that it was nice to have Primal because that's the last new mold of Power of the Primes, which in terms of general retail molds, that is a correct statement. But this is really the last mold of Power of the Primes, so God, it looks good. Is there anything to say
Yeah.
other than this looks so amazing?
I
can't
want,
wait.
Drift
I
Deadlock
need,
West.
I must have.
I
Same.
would love a drift deadlock out of this. I don't know if it'll happen, but I might need to customize it to happen.
Also,
And
point
get
blank,
on it. You guys are good.
Soundjack,
Yeah.
what were you gonna say?
Also, point blank when.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear you. But anyways,
Yeah, me neither.
I thought you were gonna say, I thought you were starting to say something and then didn't finish, and then I was like, is he
I
gonna say it?
finished my sentence. I think Jared and I talked at the same time.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, punch counter.
I was confused why there's a pause. I was like, did my internet cut out already?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering actually. But
Wait,
anyways.
he comes with a Prime armor?
Yeah,
Apparently.
he definitely does not. He's not a combiner limb, but he does come with that hand because he's from Power of the Primes. So, yeah,
Imagine if they actually
Clearly.
managed to make him a combiner
they
limb.
definitely did not.
But imagine.
It's
though.
because it's Prime armor for the Prime Master he comes with. So, like, you can attach that thing to his chest. It just does not
Yeah.
serve the hand function that it normally would.
I know, but imagine they did.
No,
There would be
don't
absolutely
imagine
no
because now
room.
you're going to be
There's
disappointed.
absolutely
if you
no
imagine that. Yeah, but anyways, pretty pre-order
You also-
for the week. Jared,
You missed a news article,
what
Eric.
did I miss?
Oh yeah, you did.
The Bumblebee animated stands now appearing in theaters.
Oh yeah, there's stands appearing in theaters for the Bumblebee movie. They look cool. I'm excited. Yay.
That is all. Good night.
Good job. Okay. Jared,
Did the thing.
I just
what
wanted
is
to tell you.
No, that's totally fair. Jared, what is the pretty pre-order of the week?
This, the pretty pre-order for the week is something from DX9, and or something from DX9's War and Pocket series, and it's their Moses, transparent Optimus Prime.
Clear plastic is pretty. That's all I have to say about this.
It looks like candy, and I want to eat it.
Do not eat your toys. Do not eat toys whether they are clear plastic or not. We do not endorse that. But anyways,
Don't
That's
tell me
a
what to
bad
do. You're not
idea.
my mom.
so moving on to question of the week. Chris, what is our question of the week?
What Transformers video game would you want? You get a 30-second pitch. Go.
I mean it. You have 30 seconds max. So does anyone want to go first, or should I go
I
first? So you
can
can think
The
about it?
Elder Scrolls 6 Cybertron. That's all I gotta say.
Okay, there's yours. Soundjack, did you say you already have yours?
Yes, I already have mine.
Okay, what's
Because
your
I've
pitch?
jokingly been thinking of this for a few weeks. So, Transformers, Super Smash Brothers, but Transformers. So it's the same kind of four person beat 'em up mashup melee. We can have various stages from different shows, and this is going to be the big important thing, that we represent all the different series. So we have fighter characters from all different series. We have stages from all different series. We can have assist characters that would be like assist trophies that would do stuff like you can have tow line, like grab someone and drag them off the stage saying no parking means no parking, or Broadside just falling through the stage in his battleship form like he tried to crush Devastator in that one G1 episode. And then you can have minicons be the Pokeballs, and they have different effects. And then, of course, weapons as always. And, this should just be fun. I think this would be fun.
That's a good one. Anyone else have one?
Chris kind of stole mine.
sorry.
Oh. Go ahead.
Sorry, one tangent. I know we have Forge to Fight, which is a similar fighting game.
Oh, that's not the same thing
but,
at all. I love Forge to Fight, but that is not the same
like,
thing at all. And I'm talking
similar
about I meant a console, not mobile specifically.
Yeah. No, yeah. I'm just saying, like, in terms of, like, if someone was to be like, oh, but there is a Transformers fighting game, it's Force to Fight. I'm like, it's a 2-on-2 arena, it's mobile, and it does not have the same representation I would want.
Yeah.
Because it's only G1 Beast Wars movies.
Yeah. So, well, Generations, not necessarily G1, because there's Windblade, but yeah. You know what I mean.
Is G1.
Yeah, it basically. But anyways, Jared, do you have a pitch?
Wait, hey, I was talking earlier, and then I because I stopped to let Soundjack finish.
Go for it.
What I was going to say was Chris kind of stole mine. I was thinking like open world RPG set on Cybertron, with like there is kind of a main storyline, but there's also a bunch of side quests, and that's about it.
Cool.
And it's an original character you play as. You don't play as like an Optimus or a Bumblebee. It's a new character specifically for the game, kind of like how they have Evac for the Universal Studios ride.
I would like that quite a
And
bit.
it's
Hold on.
and it's G1 style, but
How dare you? You're ruined. You just ruined it.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, but
Mine's
Soundjack,
literally
what
just
were you going to say, Soundjack?
Transformers.
He said that, and I remembered I had another concept where it was just like Fallout, but also with Transformers, and it's like Cybertron is ravaged, and they're inside a vault or whatever, and then
I like that,
you
but you
get
already had your 30
build
second
your own
pitch.
character.
How?
and
Yeah,
build
you
your
already
own.
had yours.
Yeah,
No,
I
but
know.
no, I agree. That is a cool idea.
Yeah.
Miguel, are you here? Miguel's in the call. Yeah, Miguel, what's your 30-second pitch for a Transformers video game?
All right, take some of the premise of No Man's Sky, where there are different planets and everything, and stuff is generated. You're a Cybertronian on a crew, crash land. Everyone's in stasis pods. You have to find your crew, and they've all scanned different alt forms, whether it be technological or organic, based off of whatever populates the planet. Eventually, you leave, find other planets, and find more Cybertronians that have new alt modes.
sounds to me like you've made the Matumti game.
I really like that. So my pitch is I would love a Fall of Cybertron or a Devastation sequel, but that is not my pitch. My pitch is basically Assassin's Creed combined with a spy game, and you're playing as Counterpunch.
Ooh.
Oh, wow. That's not a bad idea.
Bam.
That'd be great if he wasn't so obscure.
No, I know, but like that could make him a stable character, and it'd be a really good game. Because Assassin's Creed rocks, or it could even be in a bit of the style of like Batman, the like Arkham style, like the Arkham games, like a combination of the two. But then also again with some spy factoring in, because you can change robot modes. Like that's something that's unique. Like you could do that a little bit in Assassin's Creed to blend in, but it'd be like to a new level. So I think that could be.
What if we put
really
all
cool.
these game ideas together into just one big game?
That'd be too much.
That sounds like when everyone tries to say, let's put all generations of Pokemon in one single video game.
Exactly.
No, but like I can see it working where it's like a No Man's Sky type open world.
Nope.
As
We're just stopping you. I know what you're trying to say.
Okay,
but still,
everything but Soundjack's pitch, because Soundjack's thing wouldn't fit in with
Soundjack's pitch would be like a mini game that you can play on a console if you find somewhere in the game. But anyways,
yeah.
For the
other
record,
three I think would fit together pretty okay, because mine was left pretty open ended.
Yeah, basically.
Doing the spy thing, but also going to other planets would work very well.
Mm-hmm.
For
and
the
having
record,
side quests.
For the record, I'm going to kill Zeus. For the record, I just want to make it clear. Mine is literally the Elder Scrolls 6 on Cybertron. Like it's not even like, I just want to make that absolutely clear.
So they have horses and everything, and bows, and
Yes, it's just like suddenly you're on Cybertron.
Miguel, are you going to buy the comedian Fortress Maximus head?
I mean, it's not in stock.
I just saw that you sent a link for that, and I was like, oh. But anyways,
I was just waiting for it to finally show up on the site, and it did. And I'm like, oh god.
Now you're happy.
Be sure to seriously consider getting that.
That would be amazing if someone got it. You should do it. But anyways, random quote of the week. Tanner isn't here, but he gave it to me.
Wait, you never did Jared.
Yeah.
Oh,
As for
Jared,
Jared's
I'm
skip
so sorry. I'm so sorry, Jared. What is your 30-second pitch? Go. Sorry, I'm just trying to get through this.
Because Zeus, because I mentioned my quick thing. You went to Jared and you skipped Zeus. You had already did, and you never got back to Jared.
Gotcha. Sorry, Jared. Go ahead.
Very good. Okay, so my Transformer game would be an open world game where you start off as a basic unknown character and you go around the city and like other planets and you scan alt modes, and if you find like secret alt modes, you can unlock that character. So if you see like a white semi truck, you can scan it and then you unlock like Ultra Magnus or something like that. Or if you see a boombox, you can scan it and you can unlock and mess around as Blaster, or like a if you see a jet and you can be Starscream.
That's interesting. I definitely like that you have the different the ability to change scan alt modes specifically, not just change alt modes. I like the idea of scanning alt modes. So
yeah,
that's neat.
Yeah,
kind of goes off of some of the like Lego Marvel superhero games where you can like change in between.
Yeah.
Like heroes.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
That's
All
cool.
right.
See you, man.
Yes, it
So,
is.
random quote of the week from Tanner is, if on Decepticon turf you happen to tumble, look out, robot, because here comes Rumble. And I made that, I think it's Rumble that says that, so I put presumably, but I put Rumble in blue for the quotation.
yes.
So, you're welcome
Because
for getting
Rumble
it right.
is blue.
Yeah, Miguel. But anyways, this week's mascot is 8-Bit Bisque, because we were talking about video games. So I just figured that, hey, that's, why not make 8-Bit Bisque? I think that'd look cool. But anyways, Miguel, are you ready for your one job? Oh no, is Miguel not ready for his one job?
You had one job, Miguel.
I couldn't tell if I was muted or not.
That's my job.
All right. So, also on Nerdy Geek Talk this week, Mandalore Mandate Episode 6, Clone Wars Dreams. In this episode, Luke and Eric are back. We talk about Clone Wars returning. What do we know? What can we expect? And what are our hopes? Tune in and find out.
Yes, so that is finally back, and then we are also going to be recording some more podcasts this week, including another Mandalore Mandate, and Holocron Herald will be returning because we have the time for that. And John will also be back, I just confirmed that. And then we should have NGT reviews this week. Do you have a recording time for Anime Overdrive? Otherwise, don't even mention it.
We are planning on recording this weekend.
Do you have a time?
Probably Saturday.
All right. So
Do you have a topic?
Yes, we do. Alyssa just has to watch JoJo Part 2.
Gotcha. But anyways, tentatively.
We'll be able to record it actually, even if she can't. So
we'll see that.
We will have
also. Side note: you will be getting this podcast. I'm thinking starting next week on a different day. In fact, a day earlier, because we're going to record a day earlier. We're going to start recording Sundays. We may do live streams soon. I wanted to do it for the 50th episode, but it just didn't work out. But that's okay. But either way, we are recording earlier now, is the plan. So you should start getting it earlier from now on. So we'll see if that works. But as of right now, that is the plan, is that we are going to start recording instead of on Mondays, on Sundays. And then you'll get the episode like super, super early morning Monday usually. But yeah. Now, the moment that the Overlord fearing boy has been waiting for is the winner of our Twitter giveaway is at SpaceboyPipes1.
Hey!
Yep, that's right. Pipes won our little giveaway. So, Pipes, DM the Steel City Bots account, and we will get your address and everything and get that sent out ASAP. So, yeah, congratulations. Thank you, everyone who went and retweeted that and everything. If I find the frickin' shuffler in 2 weeks when I go back to Pittsburgh, I'll do a giveaway for that too. Otherwise, keep your eye out. I have some ideas for different things we'll do, but yeah, that's about it. Um, okay, so this podcast. You can find us by following us many different places. At Steel City Bots on Twitter, at Nerdy Geek Talk on Twitter. At Nerdy Geek Talk is the network. Also at Steel City Bots on Instagram. Soundjack, you should post again. I already told you, but I'm just saying it on the recording again so everyone knows. Because nothing's more motivating than everyone knowing that you have to do something. But yeah, anyways, sorry. Nerdy Geek Talk is our network. So by going on Google Play, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Stitcher, Podbean, all that good stuff, and subscribing to Nerdy Geek Talk, you'll stay up to date on all of our podcasts. Or if YouTube's your thing, which I know for a couple of you it is, check out Steel. I just said at Steel City Bots. Steel City Bots on Twitter. Oh my God, I'm losing my mind. On YouTube, and you can subscribe there, and then you can like and comment on the videos, whatever you want. Personally, you can find me at Aramis Prime on Instagram. I'm doing desk bots again. I personally love my new desk and wall. My pictures, I think, look a lot better. They're a lot brighter.
Yes, agreed.
I really, really like my new setup. So it's a little plain, but I have some ideas. So yeah, definitely there. And then at Eric Crowbar on Twitter, which is where I also have my desk spots there, and I post lots of different things there. And then also, I am starting a YouTube channel. I have it set up. You'll be able to find Eric Crownover. So if you want, you can go subscribe. Now the thing is, if you look up Eric Crownover, there's actually two. There's one that has like my correct picture and everything. There's also one that I had for a modeling class, where there are a few videos. It has no subscribers, no picture, no nothing, but it's also called Eric Crownover. So I need to change the account name on that. So there's only one Eric Crownover, with like modeling, like videos of rendered models and stuff. So subscribe to the one that has my correct profile picture. You'll know it when you see it, but no videos as of right now. I should have videos as of next weekend is what I'm thinking. I want to record several before I start putting them up. I have different ideas as to what the channel is going to be, but I do have some things that I'm going to start out getting ready and then hopefully launching this weekend. So the YouTube channel's made, so if you want to go subscribe, go do it. That's about it for me. So, Soundjack, where can people find you on the interwebs?
Okay, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at Soundjack426. My YouTube channel is predominantly a toy review channel, but I also have my Soundjack's Rambles podcast. And last week I talked about Transformers Animated, which I made Alyssa watch for the first time.
Ooh,
I made her
nice.
watch all the way through a good Transformers cartoon for the first time. Because
you made her watch through the bad cartoons. I've been thinking about that. I kind of want to make YouTube videos, a series breaking down those episode by episode, the Machinima.
Yeah,
but
I had her watch the Machinima cartoons for my channel as well, and unfortunately, that was the first media she was exposed to.
Fun fact: I watched all of Power of the Primes. It's not the worst.
Yeah.
It's not like great. It's not even good. I wouldn't say, but it's not bad. I don't know. It's not the worst.
Mm-hmm.
I found myself kind of enjoying it at parts. If you think about it, it makes your brain hurt. But and the ending is a little not the best done.
Yeah.
But overall, I liked it. But anyways,
series that's not intending to continue at all.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. Back to my channel though. It's also Sunday, the 2nd of September, was my 1-year anniversary of doing YouTube.
Happy anniversary, Soundjack.
And I failed to put anything out on my channel.
You're the worst, Soundjack. Did you put something out for Soundjack Day?
Yeah. Sorry, my dad just came in. What were you saying, Eric?
Did you ever put anything out for Soundjack Day?
Chris thought of that after it passed.
Oh, okay. You need to next year. That's more important than your anniversary, in all honesty. Just putting that out there. But anyways,
there's going to be a video being like, "Hey, 1 year, woo," and stuff I'm just going to do an update video, and I wanted to get out that day, and I want to get my review of the San Diego Comic-Con Throne of the Primes. I have it recorded. I just don't have it edited. I know it's going to be a pain in the tuchus to upload because
Good use of the word tuchus.
My internet sucks, and my video before editing is over an hour. I have a new setup and I'm doing different things. That means that there's more I have to cut out, so it's not going to be that long. Sorry, I'm going off track. Instagram, I post photos of my toys. Twitter, it's where I hang out, so come on by and say hi. Also, since I just hit my 1 year anniversary and I'm like 16 subscribers away from 300, can we get to can I get to 300, please?
Yeah, give him some help. He deserves it.
Just I'm not asking for 1,000, even though 1,000 would be insanely nice. So I could do things.
I used to care about the YouTube subscribers, and then we started doing our podcast on actual podcast places, and that's when our numbers skyrocketed. So if you look at our Nerdy Geek Talks YouTube channel, it looks like absolute garbage because it looks like no one listens, when in reality we actually get several downloads, not nearly as many as like other big podcasts or like the other ones that like we've appeared on, but still like a decent amount. I'm not going to say the numbers, but if you're curious, you can ask me. But on the podcast, but like actually,
Eric, how many numbers?
Not you. I just said if you're curious, you can ask me. As in social media, because that's what we're pugging right now. But yeah, so definitely, I feel bad because I feel like we should give the YouTube channel some attention, but I just don't care about it that much. Yours is different though, because you actually focus on it and do stuff. So yeah. Anyways,
it's also the only place where I post anything because there's no other good places to post videos like that.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't make sense to do it anywhere else on like, podcasts or like there's actual places.
Let me record videos and post them to Twitch.
Yeah. But anyways.
I mean, apparently you can actually do that.
Really? I didn't know that.
But it still has to like go live. So like. Mm-hmm. It will be like posted as a live video that's going live, and then you can rewatch it later on. But it's weird. Anyway, sorry, I took up way so much time at this end.
You're good.
You really did.
Miguel, what is your place on the interwebs? Miguel, are you muted? No, the real question is, Miguel, are you asleep?
He typed it.
He typed it. I guess he can't speak at the moment. At Logos Minor. Is that his Instagram too? Maybe he doesn't want us to share his Instagram. I don't know. But either way, that's his Twitter for sure. So at Logos Minor on Twitter, you could find him. And I don't think he finished. I almost said what he's making. His custom that he's making, which if you want to know what it is, go check out his Twitter. I almost just spoiled it. I would have felt bad. Just kidding, I would have actually went back. Yeah, and you could see the ice cream cake that he made, which actually I'm going to go and look at that because I want to see the ice cream cake he made. So, yeah. Tanner, you can find at Optimus Prime because he just wasn't on the episode. Jared, where can we find you on the interwebs?
You can find me at one of two places. First, where you most likely, or where you can have best luck finding me, that is Twitter at Jared Proco. I do post some stuff, mainly just retweets, but yeah, if you feel like talking or feel like just rambling about something, why not? That's basically how useful that channel is, or that social media platform is for me. Other than that, I am on Instagram at ProcJar00. That is where I do my third-party desk bots, which are Nightbots. Yeah, I just take a picture of one of my figures at night with a backlight and some bullcrap bio or saying that the character made or something like that.
Yeah. And then last but certainly not least, well, actually, there's also Zeus @_Zeus on Twitter. Actual word _Zeus.
Spelled out.
Yep. And then last but not least, Chris, where can people find you on the interwebs?
Find me on Twitter @Soza Productions. I'm not on that one very often, but I'll see it if you tweet something at me. I also have a YouTube channel, Sonozawa Productions, which I need to do more stuff on. I say this every week.
You know what is on her Twitter, though? If you want to know the answer to how many downloads we get per episode of Steel City Bots, she asked me and I answered on that Twitter account. So go look at that Twitter account if you want to know the answer. Or just ask me, I'll tell you. But it's more fun if you go look at Chris's Twitter.
And if you're there, make sure you follow me while you're there, because I need an excuse to be on that one. More than just to pester Eric.
This is very true. Potatoes are awesome. Anyways, that's about it for this week. So thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next week. Bye.
Bye, Anara.
Bye-bye.